It is our Grati-Tuesday, and we are being joined by Reverend Sophie. Borada.
Borada. Good morning, everybody. It's lovely to be here.
Lovely to welcome you. Nice surprise this morning. I thought we were going to have Father Neil this morning, and we've got Reverend Sophie.
Father Neil is on holiday this week.
Lovely.
He's on holiday. Oh. He's gone away with his lovely wife for a well-earned break. So, yeah, they're away this week. So, I think they've gone down Dorset way for a few days away.
Lovely. I'm not jealous at all. Sophie,
I'm jealous.
This is the third time that we've talked to you in exactly a week now, because you were here last Tuesday for Grati-Tuesday. You're here now for Grati-Tuesday. On Friday, you introduced us to a new guest, but just to let people know, sadly, Clarence, who was tiny, like the size of 50p piece, he hasn't quite made it, has he?
No, I'm afraid not. We got to Saturday afternoon and his little belly was beginning to swell up a bit, and I knew then that I didn't think that there was something not quite right. And you know, we didn't have mum's milk. We only had kitten milk, so you just don't know, do you? You don't know what's going on. So whilst he looked initially like he was doing well, unfortunately it was just all a bit too much for him, and Saturday afternoon evening he sadly died. So he's been buried in the vicarage garden though. I said some prayers over him, and he's gone to rest, but yeah, it was a bit sad here in the household on Saturday. So but we're okay. But yeah, he was such a little thing, bless him, no bigger than my little finger, and it was just so it was good to be able to try, but it was a bit heart-wrenching as well. So
it's a proper family affair as well, so sending lots of love to you and the family.
Thank you.
Well, yeah, but what a lovely experience to it's a strange one, because it's an opportunity to help something, and in those hours and days, that's exactly what you did.
Yeah, just it's like anything, isn't it? Whenever you're caring for someone, the main goal is to make that person feel as comfortable as they possibly can, and that's that's part of my role really, is to make sure that a person, when they're dying, when they're coming to the end of their life, they're feeling comfortable, and that they know that everything that they've done in their life has led to joy in other people's lives, but also that those things that they're perhaps worried about, those things that perhaps they've done that they shouldn't have done, that doesn't matter, that actually there is forgiveness in all of this. So a lot of people that come, when we see people that come into the end of their life, they're often wanting to confess sins, or what they perceive to be sins, stuff that's on their heart. They want to kind of let that out and get that off their conscience before they die. So it's always a privilege to be able to spend time with people at the end of their lives, and the same when it's a creature or any animal, and we've all come across that, haven't we? Those times where we've spent with people and animals who will come to the end of their life, and it's a privilege. It is a privilege, and we don't talk about death enough either, do we? We don't talk about these things enough. So yeah. No. But thank you very much for all of your prayers and your thoughts for me this week.
Well, talking of animals, though, Gina, we're celebrating an animal today.
Well, we are in. There's lots of animals going on here. It's Cow Appreciation Day today. Are you appreciative of cows?
Do you know what I used to do before I became a vicar?
No.
I used to milk cows.
Did you?
Yes.
No way.
Oh, I love that.
I used to milk cows. So when I moved to Wales, I thought, well, when in Rome, do as the Romans do. So I asked a local farmer, shout out to Mike in Sandy Gash, to teach me how to milk cows. So I spent 4 years milking cows.
That was up in Whitland then?
Yes.
Now then, I'll have to speak to you off air, because you may know somebody. One of my family members.
Uh-oh.
It's a small world.
It is a small world.
It is. Gina, of course, we had a cow milker on the show a couple of weeks ago for Unscramble, as it was then. He came on and joined us live from the milking shed.
We did indeed. It was fabulous. It entered the competition, and we just sort of hooked up like we're doing now, and found ourselves in the milking shed. It was great. You never know who's listening.
You never know who's listening. Do you know, I really love milking cows. It's one of the favorite things I've ever done is milking cows. There's something about being in a parlor and just the only thing you can think about are the cows. You can't be thinking about anything else. It's really good for focusing the mind.
Mindfulness.
It's mindfulness. It's really, really good for that, because if you're thinking about other things and you're worrying about other things, the cows pick up on it instantly. And they pick up on things anyway. If you're scared, they'll pick up on it. They'll know about it. I'm sorry about the noise, by the way. I've got the dogs barking in one corner and I've got a guy putting up shelves in the other corner. I have no idea what's going on here today. But yeah, there is something really, really key about focusing the mind when you're in a milking parlour. I love it. And I love the smell as well. Mike Gash, bless him, used to tell me that he has never seen anybody get quite so messy as I did in a parlour, covered in SHIT from head to toe.
It's funny you should say something like that, because my daughter goes and helps her uncle with milking and she loves it. But it's that smell of the clothes when you come back from the disinfectant. I make her strip off outside in the garden and the clothes are left there for about a few days until I've got room in my machine just to wash those on their own, and then I've got to clean the machine after, because there is a bit of a pong, isn't there?
There is a bit of a pong, and the poo has a habit of collecting all sorts of other unmentionables within it, like grass and stuff, and it clogs you. It bungs up your washing machine.
Yeah,
nightmare.
Indeed.
Absolute nightmare.
Well, we are very appreciative of that. So thank you, cows.
How did we get onto this?
How did we? I don't know, but it is Grati-Tuesday, Sophie. Do you also have a Grati-Tuesday message for us as well?
I do have a Grati-Tuesday message for you, although quite honestly, I think we've done quite well already this morning. So I've been thinking quite a lot about this weekend, particularly about how Jesus offers us rest. So the reading for this weekend, which I'm going to go and find in my Bible, which I left over here, moved away from over here because the man was making noises on my wall. And he says this. So it says, take my yoke. Oh, sorry. He says, come to me, all who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and lowly in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. My yoke is easy and my burden is light. And so Jesus kind of invites us into his world. He says, do you know what? It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter whether you're milking cows or whether you're talking on a radio show or whether you are in prison, wherever you are, whatever you've done in your life, he says, come to me. And he says that with open arms. And then he says, take my yoke upon you, which is a bit weird. If anybody knows anything about this, so there's two types of yokes. A yoke is one of those funny things that you put across your shoulders to carry buckets of water. So if you, instead of wearing your arms out, you're carrying the yoke across your shoulder, and it evenly distributes the load. But the other type of yoke is a type of yoke where a learned animal, an animal who's been taught to do a certain thing, is yoked to another animal. So it's attached to a younger animal who needs training, and that yoke will join them together, and they learn that the younger animal will learn from the older animal. And in actual fact, in the next bit it says, learn from me, for I am gentle and lowly in heart. And so this idea that Jesus teaches us to be lowly in heart, what he means by that is it means that we become aware of who we are, becomes aware of our surroundings, become aware of our inner deepest, most thoughts. My husband's just come in now with a cup of coffee. It's all
Lovely.
going this morning. It's crazy, I tell you. And I lost all the dogs are barking. Sorry, guys. What can I say? It's chaos in the Whitmarsh household this morning.
It's live. It's live.
And Jesus just says, he says, come to me, learn from me, and I will teach you how to unburden yourself. He says, and we'll share that burden together. And so I was thinking about this morning as I was driving along in the pouring rain. And I was thinking about the rain. I was thinking, wow, there's this kind of washing away of all that stuff that we collect in the week. And actually, we've had quite a lot of rain just recently. But I feel like my daughter said to me yesterday, she got told off yesterday morning at school because she went outside to dance in the rain. And I was like, oh my goodness, we don't do enough of this, just appreciating that creation has this habit of helping us to release and relieve and refresh us. And whether you follow Jesus or not, actually there's something about finding something that what you can yoke yourself to learn from, to learn how to unburden yourself and to refresh yourself and to grow. And I just love the image of rain. So there we are. My thoughts this morning are all over the place, as you probably guessed. But I think that's because I've got a bookcase being built in one room and dogs barking in another room, and my blessed husband, bless him, has just bought me a cup of coffee as well. What would I do without him?
A round of applause for the cup of coffee.
Round of applause for the coffee.
Oh, we can give a proper one for that. Here we go. Yay!
Yay!
Gina has the same silver service as well. So appreciation for all the coffee makers that bring them in silence in the background. Sophie, thank you so much for sharing your Tuesday morning with us and providing that update and giving more insight as to who is Reverend Sophie. She is not only Reverend Sophie, she is milker extraordinaire. Who would have thought? Thank you so much. And the Alive and Kicking on Sunday morning.
Yes, Alive and Kicking on Sunday morning. We will be what are we talking about this Sunday? Do you know, I can't remember. We've already recorded it because Father Neil's gone on holiday, but I can't remember what we spoke about, so don't ask me.
Make sure you listen in then, Reverend. Find out what you said.
Listen in to Alive and Kicking between 8 and 9 this Sunday morning, and of course you can catch up too as well. So we're looking forward to that. And if anybody wants to talk to us about anything, because I'm aware that we always say, you know, you can contact us at studio @ but actually there are probably times where people don't want to contact us at studio @ because they don't want everybody to see their stuff. So you can contact Father Neil and I on our private emails as well, which I wonder if it might be a good idea to put that up somewhere so that people can contact us. But
we can put that on your website, on your webpage.
On the webpage.
Every show has got their own webpage at purewestradio.com. I'll put those details on the Alive and Kicking show page on our website for you.
Brilliant. Wonderful. Thank you very much, guys. And I'm sorry about the craziness this morning.
It's been brilliant. It's lovely to see behind the scenes of Reverend Sophie and at home. It's great. And I'm glad that it's in your house and not mine, because you wouldn't want to see what's going on in my house.
I've just got so much stuff. I needed more shelves. So bless them. They're putting up more shelves for me.
More shelves. I love it. We've got some more songs on the way as well. It's 9. Yeah, till next time. It's 9:22. You've still got 8 minutes to get involved on Guess the Song. The answer for that coming up very shortly. We've got Robin, we've got Bobby McFerrin, and James Arthur on the way with Rewrite Stars. You're listening to Pure West Radio.
Castle Hot Tubs are Wales's largest